Hey parents, teachers, grandparents, thank you so much for coming back again and again and again. Ask George Uncle are these episodes where I answer questions that come from parents, from grandparents, from caretakers. If you have a question, send it on the email askgeorgeuncle@gmail.com or children.teens@gmail.com or my WhatsApp message. Just send a question. I've been answering some very difficult questions recently, and this question is again a very, very difficult question. As husband and wife, we have a lot of arguments. Our personalities are very, very different. Both my children are seeing this. Now, we are seeing that they've also started arguing quite a lot with each other and also arguing with us. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know if you've heard of this statement. Children may not do what you say, but they will do what you do. Children may not do what you say, but they will do what you do. See, one of the basic characteristics of children, they are imitators. If they're growing up in an environment where there is consistently fights that are happening, that's how they are learning. And they think in life, that's the only way to get things done, because your wife might be winning one argument, getting an upper hand and winning one thing. Maybe you might be winning another argument and getting an upper hand. So the children are seeing it and they just said, okay, whoever gets the upper hand in the argument wins the argument, get what they want. So the children are learning this very interesting principle saying, if I have to get something, I need to fight. I need to fight. It's okay to argue. It's okay to be not okay. See, they're not growing up in a home where, like in my home, I have so many children. We have adopted 10 children, 2 foster kids, 2 kids of my own, 14 children inside the house. And in our home, me and my wife, we never fight in front of the kids. That's like one of the things that we have put in. We never fight. But even if there are times where things have blown up a little bit, and we always go inside, the children have seen something, and we have gone inside, we always reconcile and talk with each other and we come back. And we let the children know saying, yes, there was some misunderstanding, there was a miscommunication, yes, we misunderstood, yeah, but we are okay now, because for us, we love peace in this house, not fights in the house. We love peace. So what's going to happen with my children, that when they get into any arguments or things like that, we are already beginning to see, some of them in college, that they're more negotiating for peace rather than trying to fight it. You see what I'm talking to you about? Because of that situation, because of that arguments that's happening, I think as parents, as husband and wives, you guys may have to first set those things right. Otherwise, your children, to stop them from fighting, no, they're only going to go in this certain direction. They're going to go in a certain direction. Because conflicts, it's what's happening. And recently, we're going to have on September 21st, we're going to have a very wonderful conference that's going to happen. And in that, one of the workshops that we are doing is that how do you protect the children from conflicts inside the house? How do you protect the children from conflicts inside the house? So there are lots of different ways, but answering this question, my only simple answer is this. I think at least, first is don't fight. If you're able to come to that place to laying your life down for each other in marriage, that's the key thing, how you can sacrifice for each other. And 2, if you're not able to, but at least learn to, do it privately and see how you can reconcile. Let the children not see those fights, because that's how they are learning some of those things. And some of them may not, the children might have already understood saying, oh, this is going in a different direction. Now it's going to happen a fight. Now it's going to become a fight. And this is what is happening. I grew up in a house like that. Constantly fights, constantly. You never know when the fights happen. But after a period of time, I've learned. What did I learn? My drunkard father, when he puts the one peg, that's okay. The second peg, it's okay. But the third peg, the fights will start. By the fourth peg, things will start flowing, throwing around, and he will start beating and things. So by the fourth peg, I will try to somehow escape from the house and get onto the street. Though I had a home, many nights I slept outside, because I didn't want to come home because it was constant fights. And when I come back home late night or in early mornings or things like that, my stepmom would have got beaten up so badly, in that place. But again, it seems to be everything well and things like that. Again, the next day, the same drama that happens. But over a period of time, I've learned to kind of be in a place. And I also started doing it. I started fighting with everybody, fighting with anyone and everyone. And then I began to realize, no, that's not the way. That's not the way. I stayed with one of the family years ago, and I saw such peace inside the home. And I just said, hey, how come these people don't fight? Then I realized today, after years of me married, it's not that fights don't happen, it happens. And misunderstandings will happen. It's difficult. Marriage is difficult. Different personalities, difficult. But I think we need to learn to negotiate that. We need to learn to work it out. That's the first request that I would have, I think you guys may have to come to a place. Can I say a suggestion? The suggestion is this. Maybe you have lost that fire in your marriage. Get to a marriage counseling seminar. Get to a marriage counseling seminar, or get to a marriage seminar somewhere, and see how you can rekindle that flame of love for each other. I think it's very important you rekindle that flame of love. I'm not going into marriage counseling. I'm here talking about children, but you rekindling that flame is going to be very critical if you want to see your children change. If you want to see your children pursue peace and righteousness and not anger and fights. You want to be in that place. May God bless you. May God give you wisdom. But please, for the sake of your children, we need to change.